I think the six-man rotation is a developmental thing. Developmentally, the pros are pretty easy. It keeps the arms fresher, so they're pitching at closer to 100% physically every time out than they would be with a five-man rotation. And theoretically, starters can reasonably be asked to go deeper into their starts, more innings, more pitches, because they're getting that extra day's rest. Now, that really only works with veteran starters, so we haven't seen that yet with Seattle, because basically it's been Marco Gonzalez, Yusei Kikuchi in his first 2 years in the States, and a bunch of young guys in 2020. So we haven't really seen that, but we may see that. We may see that benefit with Marco and with whatever veteran starter they bring on for 2021. That's part of it. Another developmental piece of it, though, is it makes it easier to get a young starter acclimated to the major league schedule without asking too much of them. If the Mariners started, for example, the 2021 season, and we'll just assume that it's a 162 game schedule. If Logan Gilbert is on the opening day roster, there's already a concern. How many innings can he wisely be asked to go? 160? 140? Because while they did get in work in 2020, they didn't have a normal season. Gilbert did not make 24 starts and throw 160 innings between July and the end of August when the alternate training site shut down. So how many innings can he go? Well, if he's on the opening day roster and he's pitching every fifth day, he's going to make 31, 32, maybe even 33 starts as long as he stays healthy. So in order to keep him away from that, that's 165, 170 innings minimum. If that's too much, you'd be skipping him a lot. You'd be like, well, we're going to push Logan Gilbert back, here, and we're going to push him back there, which is fine if you're going to do it 3 times. But you'd have to do that a lot. If you have a 6-man rotation, you don't have to do it as much. You can say, hey, if he makes every start in 2021, he's going to make 27, maybe 28 starts. Awesome. That's a lot easier to keep him at an innings limit that you're looking at. If it's 150, you may not have to do much. I mean, he's not going to go 6 or 7 innings every time out anyway. He's going to have his outings where he only goes 3 2/3 or 4 1/3 or 5 even. And you don't have to pull him early or push him back or skip him much, if at all. Now, I'm not saying Logan Gilbert's opening the 2021 season on the Major League roster. I'm not saying he's not. But I'm saying if he did, in a 6-man rotation, you can manage that. Because it's a little bit of I don't want to say disaster. It's difficult to manage when you have to push a guy back, even if you know it's coming. If you have a 5-man rotation, and let's say Logan Gilbert's your 5th starter, and you have to push him back once in May, once in June, once in July, once in August, once in September, even if you know it's coming, it's difficult to cover those innings. Because now you either have to ask multiple starters, the other 4 or the other 5 in your 6-man rotation, or the other 4 in a 5-man rotation, to pitch either a day earlier than they've been accustomed to during the season, or you have to have a bullpen day. Well, that's not really ideal in 2021 if you're Seattle, and you'd kind of you'd really like winning to be at the top of the fans' minds this year, even though development and pushing forward and still keeping the long-term big picture up there as well. Let the front office worry about that. Let the fans worry about, hey, we weren't really supposed to be all that good this year, but we made such great strides in 2020 that here we are competing. You don't want to worry about that kind of a thing with your pitching rotation during a year like 2021. So the 6-man rotation helps quite a bit in that way.